Hello everybody and welcome back. It is Michael from Hollowed Thrills back with another video, and today we have a little bit of a special video. So we are here in Philadelphia at the Franklin Institute, as last weekend was the world premiere of the Disney 100 exhibit here at the Franklin Institute here in Philadelphia. There are 3 different locations around the world that are doing this kind of exhibit, but we are here in Philadelphia to check this out. We are here the second weekend, so I'm super excited to check this out. There's some really cool stuff, including like, I think a Walt hologram, like a bunch of stuff from Disney Past, so I'm super interested to see a lot of it. But I hope you guys are ready for it. But before we get into it, please make sure that you are subscribed and have the bell notifications turned on to get notified whenever I post a video. And also make sure you're following me on both Instagram and Twitter. The links are down in the description below. Our time is right about now, so actually we're gonna go and head up right to the exhibit. Tickets for this cost, I think they were like $50. Today is sold out, so you want to get your tickets ahead of time if you are planning on coming here. And here we are in the main central conservatory here at the Franklin Institute, and there's the man of the hour, Benjamin Franklin. But we, like I said, are here for the Disney 100. We do get to check out the rest of the museum because that is included in tickets, but we are heading straight back. So once you walk in, you find a kiosk, get your ticket that you have printed out, and you scan it. And after you scan, you get a wristband that you can put on, and that gives you access to both, like I said, the Disney 100 exhibit and the whole rest of the Franklin Institute. Here are the pricings for either general museum visits or the Disney 100. $45 for adults, $41 for children, and that does, like I said, include that general museum access. Now you do want to make sure that after you scan your ticket at these kiosks, that's actually only for your wristband for the Franklin Institute, so you do want to keep your either printed ticket or your ticket on your phone out, because when you actually have to get into the exhibit, that's when they scan that ticket for your timed entry for the exhibit. Here we are, Disney 100. Got the diamond anniversary. You have Elsa, Simba, Moana, and of course, at the very end, Sorcerer Mickey. Whoa. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. I think this is where we meet the man of the hour, Walt Disney.
Hi, Mouseketeers! Well, here we go again, so hang on. Anything goes. You ready? Then let the show begin! Here's my pal Walt to tell you how the magic is made.
There's a lot of satisfaction in developing ideas into reality. When we consider a new project, we really study it. Not just the surface idea, but everything about it. And when we go into that new project, we believe in it all the way. We have confidence in our ability to do it right, and we work hard to do the best possible job. There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. We're always exploring and experimenting.
Everybody ready? Then on with the show!
Here we are walking into the very first section, the very first room. It is very crowded, I will say that. But it's just explaining the very beginnings of the Walt Disney Company, where it all began. It all began with a mouse, of course. So we have some stuff from Oswald here on display. The stencil set. Of course, they're showing off some old Oswald cartoons. So there's a story sketch page from Tall Timber in 1928. Look at that. That is so cool seeing some of this old artwork. And here's an entire board just talking about the origins of Mickey and Minnie Mouse, and how Walt created both cartoons. And here we are at the Mickey Mouse section. They have an old animation drawing for Steamboat Willie, as well as a very old drawing. The earliest known drawing of Mickey and Minnie Mouse. That is awesome. 1928. And of course they have a board just talking about all of Mickey's pals. Minnie Mouse, Pluto, Goofy, Donald, and of course Daisy Duck. Here's an animated drawing from for the animation of the Skeleton Dance. Personally one of my favorites. 1929. And speaking of the devil, there is the Skeleton Dance. And they have a little speaker that you can pick up and listen to what's going on screen. And next up we have the section regarding Walt's legacy and the entirety of the 100 years of the Walt Disney Company and the timeline of those last 100 years. Starting off in the 1920s and making our way all the way to the 2020s. See, there you go. Steamboat Willie, first Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse cartoon, 1928. Move on to the 1930s. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 1937. And down here below these screens you can see every major project that was released in that decade. In 1940s we have stuff like Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo, Bambi. 1942 for Bambi. 1950s we have Cinderella, Treasure Island, Peter Pan, the Mickey Mouse Club television show that started in 1955. Of course, there's Cinderella. Then we have The Absent-Minded Professor in 1961. What else came out in the 60s? The Parent Trap, the original Parent Trap. Mary Poppins, of course. The Jungle Book. And Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room, the debut of the audio animatronic technology in 1963. In the 1970s, we had things like the Aristocats, Robin Hood, and the Rescuers, as well as Pete's Dragon. There's Robin Hood right there, released in 1973. And in the 80s, we had the debut of the Epcot Center at the Walt Disney World Resort. Yep, and there's the Tokyo Disneyland Resort that opened in 1983. We also had things like Tron and the first retail Disney store outside of Walt Disney World / Land. Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park opening in 1998 for the 90s. Another Rescuers movie, Beauty and the Beast. A lot of things happened in the 90s for the Walt Disney Company. But as we move towards the 2000s, we had things like The Incredibles, Pirates of the Caribbean, Tokyo Disney Sea opening at Tokyo Disney Resort, a ton of other things that happened in the 2000s that really brought Disney into a brand new decade. We had the continuation of the Star Wars saga with The Force Awakens in the 2010s. We had Tangled. We had the Aulani Disney Resort. A bunch of different things. And of course, in the current decade, in the 2020s, we had things like The Book of Boba. We had Black Panther: Wakanda Forever just last year. And all of these other things like Soul, one of my personal favorites, was a very good movie. And just, you can see how much the Walt Disney Company has changed with the amount of things that release every single year that are related to the company. Our next section in the exhibit talks about where do the stories come from. And this room looks amazing. We have tons of different things and tons of different kind of props and pictures to talk about and show. And here we have the prop storybook from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from 1937. That is so cool, and it is an amazing part of Disney history. Up next animated movie is Pinocchio, and here is the actual wooden puppet of Pinocchio from the original 1940 film, as well as some cool artwork. And here they have an interactive storybook for Aurora. So if I flip the page, there it goes. That's so cool. So you can flip this page, the pages back and forth, and then look up, and it flips the page. That is so cool. And also, of course, you know, more stuff from the actual development of the animated picture. Sleeping Beauty, including a really awesome cleanup animation of Maleficent. And of course, here is the original prop book for Sleeping Beauty that was used. I know so far this has been a lot of just kind of me showing you things, but that's kind of what this experience is. It is just looking at all this amazing props and pictures and photographs of the last 100 years of the Walt Disney Company. It is, like I said, it is truly amazing being able to be here and see all of this kind of unique stuff that you only have once in a lifetime to see. And more visual developments, and this time of Cinderella. That is so cool. But the real prize thing to see is right over here. So this is the glass slipper from the 2015 live action Cinderella, the Swarovski crystal glass slipper. But oh my gosh, that is beautiful. And our next animated feature is Alice in Wonderland. And if we look above us, we might see a little bit of a friend pop up here. Let's see. Where are you at? There he is. Of course, the Cheshire Cat has to join us as we talk about Alice in Wonderland. Some more artwork from Alice in Wonderland. This is once again a reproduction. Well, most of the stuff is going to be a reproduction. There are a couple things here that are originals. But next we have one of my favorite Disney movies. Mary Poppins is up next, and they do have a couple things from the movie. This one we have the snow globe. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is so cool. And we have some more visual renderings and everything from the movie and how they came up with the ideas of the movie for the different shots, background painting for the movie. But the thing right next to me is so cool. This is actually one of the horses that was used in the movie, one of the carousel horses. Our next animated feature shown off here is Winnie the Pooh. And they do have some things on display from the live action adaptation. I actually really enjoyed the live action adaptation of Winnie the Pooh. 2018, that seems like it was just yesterday that this movie came out, but it has been 5 years now since that movie has come out. But look how cuddly and warm he looks. I love that. He looks amazing. And now we have Beauty and the Beast, 1991, and they have some stuff from, once again, the live action. We have Cogsworth over here and Lumiere from the original, or not, sorry, from the live action, like I said. So you can just go here and let's pick stories, comic books, and imagination. Let's explore there. And if we look in front of us, you can see a bunch of different things from, there's Sleeping Beauty, a couple original fairy tale books, Grimm's fairy tales, of course. And you can just scroll through here and just see different projects that relate to that specific thing. So Big Hero 6, Lady and the Tramp. And you can just scroll through here and just take a look at all of this amazing archival imagery from those movies. But let's continue walking around here. As we're done with the archival stuff, let's continue on to our next project, which is right in front of me. And our next project that we look at is The Princess and the Frog, and is going to be one of the next additions to both the Disneyland and Disney World resorts as far as a attraction goes. And we have Frozen with, like I said, another couple visual developments from how they were coming up with the movie and conceptualizing it. And you can see that these are actually digital paintings, and you can see how the Walt Disney Company has developed from just physical paintings to now being digital. But that is the last of the making of the movies. We now have our next section here, which is the Illusion of Life. So our next room here is the Illusion of Life, where we have a bunch of different props and everything from recent movies. So next up we have the Animators model shop, and this is just an entire case of just different models that were used for conceptualizing different animated characters. So we have Donald there, we have Frozone, we have Pete's Dragon, of course Goofy up there, but we have a ton of different models for characters. And this entire section just kind of talks about the creation of each character, whether they be a hero or, in this case, a villain with Cruella de Vil, and the origins of the animation of the character, as well as some initial animations from the movies. And like I said, I believe these are reproductions, but it is just awesome to see even reproductions of these amazing classic pieces of Disney history. And this is awesome. So this is an actual screen-worn dress from the movie Cruella that I believe Emma Stone is who the actress was that wore this, but look how beautiful this dress is. And you might recognize this little fellow right here. This is Olaf, and this is actually a puppet from the Broadway musical Frozen. And our last character we talk about in this section of the exhibit is the hero, Ariel. And we talk about the original Little Mermaid in 1989, the origins of Ariel's animation, and of course a ton of different conceptualized drawings and storyboards from the original movie, and talking about the creation of the character Ariel. Look at that. Some of these drawings are fantastic. We have some original pictures of the bust that they created for the character model and how they use that as reference when drawing up the storyboards. And the new stories of Ariel, including her Broadway run of The Little Mermaid, The Little Mermaid 2, and the newest movie coming out this year, but this is a costume from The Wonderful World of Disney presents The Little Mermaid Live. Our next section is the spirit of adventure and discovery. Ah, yes. We have Captain Barbossa's costume from Pirates of the Caribbean. And we have a whole bunch of stuff talking about the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, the prop ship bottle from the Stranger Tides movie in 2011. And as we move on, we see some original concepts for Moana, as well as stuff for Lilo and Stitch. Look at that. And across from that, we have talking about the spirit of adventure and discovery with the world-famous Jungle Cruise, which recently got a new movie, an actual live-action film. But this is a model of the actual boat from the Disneyland Jungle Cruise, as well as some conceptualized drawings for the original attraction by Mark Davis. Of course, like I said, these are reproductions, and some more concept art for the original attraction. And like I said, Jungle Cruise did just recently get a movie, so this is a costume from the movie, as worn by Emily Blunt. And if we line up all three symbols here, we reveal a piece of inscribed wood from National Treasure Book of Secrets. And over here we have the compass from the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, Curse of the Black Pearl. That is awesome, and they have a little interactive game here that you can play. So here we have an interactive porthole from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Look at this. You can see the projection there. Well, we're just looking at the ocean now. Let's pull it again. Maybe it'll change. There we go. What do we got? Oh, there we go. There's some stuff from Pirates of the Caribbean. But right here we have an amazing model of the Nautilus. And this is the actual special effects filming model from the original 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And we move from the seas of discovery over to the land of beyond. We move on to the space section of the exhibit, where we take a look at Star Wars. Look at that. So we have Han Solo's dice from The Last Jedi. Of course, a Porg puppet from The Last Jedi. There's BB-8. He's a lot bigger than I thought he was. Jeez. But of course, we have to have the ancient Jedi texts. I thought these all got burned up, but here they are. Wow, here is Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. It's made popular by Luke Skywalker and then tried to be stolen by Rey Skywalker. Sure, let's say Rey Skywalker. Dumb. But Luke, that's Luke's lightsaber. And here is a Stormtrooper outfit, an actual Stormtrooper costume from The Last Jedi. But now we move on to our last and final section of this section of the exhibit, and we're talking about Marvel, where we have an actual Black Panther costume from the 2018 film, as worn by, of course, Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P. But this is probably my favorite section here. We have helmets and masks of Thor worn in the 2017 film, from Eternals, Star-Lord, of course, from Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man Mark I from the 2008 Iron Man film. This is the Wasp helmet from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Loki's helmet from Thor Ragnarok, and Captain America's shield from the 2016 film Captain America Civil War. Our next section of the exhibit is the magic of sound and music. So music is a very important part of Disney's storytelling, and that can be seen in films like the 2007 film Enchanted, and I believe they recently came out with another movie called Disenchanted, but there is the actual dress from the movie that was worn by Amy Adams. But here we have a bunch of different pieces of sheet music from the first animated musical, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So sheet music here from Whistle While You Work. Some unpublished sheet music from the movie. I believe this is a record. The soundtrack record for the actual album. Some more conceptualized drawings. And some storyboard sketches. And here's a section talking about music as far as international versions of the movies go. And I kind of figured this is how it was done, but they hired different people to sing the different international versions of the songs for the movies, as well as voice the characters. But it is so awesome seeing this, as you see the Danish singer talking for Let It Go for Frozen. And here's a section for We Don't Talk About Bruno from Encanto, but you can put on headphones and pick a different version, a different language for the song, and it changes in the headphones as you listen to it. And here's the mouse guitar from the Mickey Mouse Club. That is really cool. Only a 4-string guitar though. Interesting. So here they have a section talking about Steamboat Willie, and the whistle that was used in the actual creation of the animation is right here. That is so awesome. And of course, this whole entire section is about Folly and the creation of sound effects within Walt Disney movies and animations. Like, so here's just a glass bottle, a sound effect device that was used for pickaxes from Seven Dwarfs and Snow White. And this is the device that was used to create the kind of chime sound for the movements of Tinkerbell in Peter Pan. It is so industrial looking, but it's amazing that this created that sound effect in that classic Disney movie. And that brings us to the end of this entire section, as we have the last part here, which we see a section just talking about all of the music ever created for the Walt Disney Company over the last 100 years, and you can just go up and grab a headset and just pick a song and just listen to a little snippet of it. We have a little break as we walk towards the next section, but So far, exhibit is awesome, and I can't wait to see what's next. This is a lot more stuff than I was expecting, to be completely honest, but it is super awesome to be able to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company in this way. And we have the world around us as our next section here. So the world around us looks like it is talking about all of the different kind of specials that the Walt Disney Company has created over the last years regarding wildlife. I didn't actually consider this as being part of the history of the Walt Disney Company, but yes, that is a major part of their history, is just wildlife conservation and just stuff like that. Disney Nature, yes, that's what it's called, Disney Nature. They have an entire section just devoted to taking a look at nature. So we have this poster from Disney Nature Chimpanzee and a bunch of stuff from other things like La Grande Prairie. There's an Oscar here. Wow, look at that. It's an Oscar from Bear Country in 1953. Now, the Walt Disney Company does use their trips throughout nature and throughout the world to kind of get an idea of what they can do with some of their parks, including concepts for Big Thunder Mountain and the Frontierland sections of the parks. Up, look, there's the Haunted Mansion from the New Orleans Square section. But then down here we have things for Radiator Springs, for Cars Land, the Matterhorn, like even stuff from Animal Kingdom. But next we have Innoventions. Kind of reminds me of the Epcot section Innoventions, but let's take a look at different Innoventions from the Walt Disney Company. The Art of Storyboarding. This was an original storyboard from In the Bag, a Disney animation from 1956. It's another innovation from the Walt Disney Company. Audio animatronics from the offices of Walt Disney, an automation bird in cage. Interesting. Here you go. Here's some models of original figurines and different audio animatronics, as well as ahead of the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Oh, look, it's Abraham Lincoln, but that is kind of creepy, but it's amazing to see kind of this old model of an audio animatronic that was used at the Disney resorts. So we have an audio animatronic programming console. This is... what? This is so kind of just weird. I didn't think of how kind of both easy but also confusing this looks with how they program an audio animatronic. I'm sure it's different now, but this was used from 1970 to 1990. And speaking about new age technology for this, so this is a new electric animation control board, and this was used in 2018 by Walt Disney Imagineering. And here is an actual electric hand that was used at Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World for Pirates of the Caribbean, and you can actually use these controls down here to maneuver it. Here's some nightmare fuel for you. An audio animatronic head from the Hall of Presidents. Yeah, that's totally not creepy or anything. But this was actually used in the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World for some president, I don't know. And here's another interactive display just showing off different art styles and everything. Like, that is super cool. And some animation drawings. And you can go through some more archival stuff regarding the history of Disney animation. And the last thing in this section is one of the original computers that was used for Pixar Image, the monitor and the chassis from 1988. Yeah, I'm sure they've definitely come a long way from that chunky boy. Oh yeah, this is definitely what I'm looking forward to seeing. Your Disney World. A ton of different things from Disney parks. Yes, this is what I want to see, including this is a car from the Matterhorn at the Disneyland Resort. I hopefully will get on that this year. But oh my gosh, look at that. That is so cool. Here you leave today and visit the worlds of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. A day at the parks. Just talking about the history of the creation of Disneyland, the early park planning, the conceptual drawings of the entrance to Disneyland Park in California, Main Street conceptualized drawings, which I always loved Main Street and just the idea of it and how it doesn't really make you feel like you're in a theme park, just in another town. It's super cool. Up and the draft of the entrance plaque text, just trying to figure out what they wanted for it. Like I said, look at that. And here we have an old ticket book, admission coupon book from Disneyland Park, and an employee badge from 1955. Wow. Employee badge number 1, the very first Disneyland employee. A parking pass for the Disneyland premiere on Sunday, July 17th. And here we talk about the legacy of Disneyland and different original characters and props from the Disney park. I believe that is the Mickey Mouse that always sat in the front of the train. It was used for opening day of the Disneyland park. In Adventures Through Inner Space, kind of reminds me of a Doom buggy. I'm sure it's the same concept. We have a dress worn by Minnie Mouse during the 50th anniversary of Disneyland Park. Ooh, an audio animatronic from It's a Small World. This was used at the Magic Kingdom Park in Walt Disney World. And here's a prop from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in Disneyland. Or actually, I believe this is... Oh no, this is from the old Disney World attraction. And one of the last two things in this section here is an actual car from Peter Pan's Flight. Whether it be the Disney World or Disneyland one, I'm not sure. They don't have a placard for this one, but that is super cool seeing this. And here is a model of Cinderella'S castle from Walt Disney World. And I was told that if we wait long enough, fireworks will go off behind it. Hidden Mickey. And now we have the wonder of Disney. This just keeps going and going. And here we have a photo op that you can take with Goofy here, showing off greetings from Philadelphia, the Disney 100 exhibit. Here we have a Mickey Mouse doll, the doll pattern, a bunch of different pieces of merchandise from the past. And here's a raccoon skin cap from Davy Crockett, as well as the magic ring from the Shaggy Dog. Some different kind of park stuff from Disneyland, as far as an old map of Tom Sawyer Island. Whoa, look, it's the spell book from Hocus Pocus. Is it gonna blink? No, it's not gonna blink. That was animated, but this is from I believe the original. That's what it says. They have some paint stripper from Home Improvement TV show, and some props from High School Musical 3, the yearbook from East High, and our last section here. We're just getting started as we take a look at things that are coming soon. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is coming out this year. I'm super excited for that. We just had Ant-Man 3 come out. We have a costume from Captain Marvel. And our last couple props, the hook and the necklace from Peter Pan and Wendy, coming out this year. Didn't even know that was a thing, but definitely something I'm probably going to look forward to because I love Peter Pan. But that's the end. Of course, they dump you right into the gift shop. What else? But let's go see if we have any super exclusive things here at the Disney 100 exhibit gift shop. Of course, we have t-shirts for the Disney 100 exhibit. and specifically branded for the Franklin Institute location in Philadelphia. So this is the front of this t-shirt, and this t-shirt is $30. And on the back we have the kind of colorful design on the back with the different characters. We got Miguel, R2-D2, Tinkerbell. Pretty cool. And then, oh, of course, we have Sorcerer Mickey there. And they have some more Disney 100 stuff. They have a crew. They have a t-shirt with Mickey on the front. They have a hat. They have a notebook. And the logo crew is $50. Disney 100 hoodie is $65. The zip hoodie is $60. They have coffee cups. Logo hat is $30. Disney 100 tee is $30. The blue exhibit tee, which is down here, is $30.
Wait a minute. That doesn't go here.
The jacket is $90. That is the jacket right here. Super nice jacket, though, I will say. Nothing on the back of it. The last little piece of merchandise are actually all of the posters from each individual section of the exhibit are on sale that you can purchase. I do kind of like the Wonder of Disney, but I don't think I'm going to get any of those. But I am going to get that Disney 100 t-shirt. I am kind of surprised, though, that there isn't any sort of Disney 100 exhibit pin. That was kind of what I was really looking for, was a pin, because I love collecting the Disney pins. But that is it. We are done with the Disney 100 exhibit. That was a very long experience, longer than I was expecting, but we did get our shirt. Super awesome shirt. I'm super excited I was able to grab that, but like I said, I was just coming out here. It's super cool. We now get to look around the rest of the Franklin Institute, like I said. I'm not going to share any of that with you, but next time I see you, I'll just be closing out the video. We are back here where we started. That is the end of our day here, checking out the Disney 100 exhibit here at the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia. It was, like I said, super cool, and I 100% suggest you come out here and at least take the opportunity to take a look at this, because there's a ton of really cool things that I didn't show that you definitely need to come out here and take a look and see it. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure you drop a like and also comment down below. Have you been out here, or are you planning on coming out here? I'd really like to know. But as always, I'm Michael from Untitled Chapter, giving you the all clear, and all clear means you're out of here. See you guys next time.